It's amazing right now. We're preparing mine's a bit longer than the last two speeches, so sorry ahead of time. I want to say it's an honor to be here today. You see, I was born and raised in this town. To be standing before you people today to help dedicate this 9/11 memorial is so special to me, no words can describe the emotions running through me today. I will cherish this day for the rest of my life. I want to thank the people who made this possible. Phil Wilden, Terry Wiles, and Nathan DePone. If I heard a story about he went through to get this piece of steel, like I said, it's not an overnight process. What they have to go through to steel, it takes months, sometimes years. But this project's beautiful. You did a beautiful job. A very beautiful job. Thank you. As I just mentioned, I was up there that day. I was working on the 87th floor of the South Tower. The first plane hit the North Tower. Meanwhile, the second plane was heading toward the South Tower with 900 gallons of fuel. The 6 words that are buried in my memory forever was, "Oh my God, what was that?" from one of my coworkers. Those 6 words started a sequence of events that forever changed my life. Between me and 2 other coworkers, we were able to evacuate 40+ people from the floor. As I walked out, I recall seeing people still in their office across the hall working. 44 out of 45 of them perished, I found out later.
Oh my gosh.
I look back and wonder if I knocked on that door and pleaded with them to leave the office, that made a difference. That will always be with me. As I proceeded down the express elevators to the 75th floor, I was still wondering what was happening. As the doors opened, the lobby was filled with dozens of people. The elevators were getting packed, so I decided to take the stairs. As I walked down those stairs, I recall a sense of fear I never felt before in my life. It was so intense, my legs were giving out as I was trying to walk down the stairs. But then I started telling myself, "Shandy boy, I'm not going to miss your birthday." You see, my son's birthday was the next day. He was going to be 2 years old. As I continued my descent down the stairs, some people were talking as if it was a normal day. I didn't know anyone due to I got separated from my coworkers. Then I saw a guy look back at another person, and he said he saw people jumping. He acknowledged that yes, and explained it was the most horrific thing he ever saw. And you could see tears in his eyes. I was asking myself, what is happening out there? As I continued to walk down the stairs, I was on about the 55th floor stairwell. And I heard a loud roar and I looked up. Then thunderous sound happened. It was so violent I got thrown into a wall. The building was shaking, people on the stairwells were holding themselves up so they wouldn't fall. Now our building was in danger. That was about 10 minutes before the plane hit our floor. Still, we didn't know it was 2 planes. I thought it was fuel tanks exploding by Tower 1. There was a brief silence. Then a rumble approached. I thought, whatever that is, the building's coming down on us. That was the moment when I first thought I was going to die. There was no panic. We all stood still and just stared. So I told my son, "I'm sorry I can't make it to your birthday. Tell your mom and brother I'm sorry." As I got closer, I closed my eyes and I felt my shirt vibrating. It went right through me, echoing down the stairwell. But then chaos struck. I was thrown into the wall for a second time by people now panicking to get out. But with the will of God and be able to keep people calm, we were able to continue our descent down the stairs. When I was leaving the 2nd floor, that's when I recall seeing the first fireman walking upstairs by himself. I said to myself, what could he possibly do with it? These 2 towers are so immense in size, but in his mind he had a job to do, no matter how big or dangerous. God bless you guys. As I made my way out to the street, I saw a crowd like none other. People not knowing what to do. We still didn't know what happened. I was about to walk down the street towards the South Tower, but then I was redirected to walk away from the area. I was fortunate. If I ended up where I wanted to go, I would have seen sights that haunted me forever, and I would have been caught behind the building when it fell. I got about 2 blocks away when I saw the first person I knew. We hugged and cried a little bit. I turned and looked up at our building. I started to count down from the top, and oh my gosh, it goes Louie, I know. Our floor is part of the black hole the plane hit. Not much longer afterwards, I found out this was caused by two planes that struck the towers. I was in disbelief. Then the towers fell. First the South Tower, the one I was just working in. That fell 25 minutes before I left. That always burned deep inside me. I was a bit further away and I looked back through a tree line, and right before my eyes, the North Tower collapsed. My heart and prayer goes out daily for those who lost their loved ones in those buildings. Through different routes, with the help of a stranger, I made it to Penn Station. With the guy on the train, I called him my North Star. As we approached New Jersey, I looked out the window, saw smoke, and I said, what happened up there? I was in disbelief. It just did not seem real. When I arrived in Hamilton train station, the first person I saw was my mom. I walked up behind her and said, hey lady, you looking for me? She turned around calmly, just walked up and hugged me, and my feet left the ground. I asked, where's Dad? She said he's in the bathroom. I walked in there and said something like, hey old man, you looking for me? He just turned around and grabbed me. We both started to cry. That was a good hug. As we approached home, there were people on my front lawn waiting for me. And I got out of my car. The first thing I did was hug my two sons. They were born two at the time. It was like holding them for the first time. Then each of my six sisters lined up to hug me. Yes, I'm one of six. One boy. Feel bad for me.